Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Geek Nerd Dork. And all three of us are here today. So I am Lynn again. Once again, I am joined by Erik.
Me.
And down there, Trey.
I'm back again.
See, I gotta get my arrow pointing the correct way. So yes, we are back again today for the 5th episode of Skeleton Crew, and that was really good.
Yeah, there are only 6 episodes, right?
No, there are 8 episodes.
Or the 8. Okay, well.
8 episodes. So we're over halfway through.
Nice. This one made a lot of progress. It was really good.
Yes. Yeah, this one. I don't know. I want to say this is my favorite one, but I think I've said that every time. It just keeps getting better and better and better and better, I think.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
So here we are, though, for episode 5 of Skeleton Crew. And they keep going with their trend of the name of the episode is lifted right out of the episode. You have a lot to learn about pirates. That's the name of this one. Mm-hmm. And all right, before we get into it, any overall thoughts, anybody?
I will say that a lot of our suspicions were kind of confirmed about like him being a little bit sketch. That's for sure.
God, yes, yep. I had hope for him. I really did.
I'm still kind of confused though. Like it kind of seems like he does have force powers now. It's like,
I think he.
I mean, he's always wearing a glove, and the glove has little things on it. So I'm like,
do you think it's like magnetic? Because it's always been metal things. I think. I don't know.
But he also says stuff that's very.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like he was a youngling or something before Order 66 or something like that.
I'm gonna say he definitely has force powers. I think so.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way now.
But. Now, how much Jedi? I'm not sure, but we'll get into there. We'll get into there. But the first thing, this episode starts with us back on Atten with the parents again, and Wim's dad stealing access codes to the barrier.
It's funny. They're acting like kids now because they're like, yes, we just got to do it.
They're pirates now. They're breaking the rules and stuff like that. Yes. Yes. I like this. I'm glad we got to see Neil's mom again. They all work together, though. I mean, I know they all have similar jobs, but what are the chances of them all working in the same building?
Well, it seemed like we only saw 2 in the same building. Neil's mom just came to the building. I'm not sure she works there.
Okay, she just showed up, and he's like,
Although I think everyone has. Well, we found out what Atten's point was, but yeah, I think it's all data stuff. So like they're all, I think they're all data people wherever they are.
Yeah. So yeah, but they're trying to steal the codes, and man, that droid caught on to it real fast.
Yeah,
it was like super fast.
I thought for sure they were going to make it a funny thing and do a psych out, and he'd be like, "Your other hand, now your other hand." Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was like, "How dumb is this droid?" And like, no, actually,
no.
Yeah, he's more of a security droid than he is a.
Well, they are the security droids, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but then he got caught. Well, luckily, Fern's mom is the boss, so he gets taken to her, and she's like, "Delete, power down." You're done.
Yeah, it's good they didn't show her face because at first I'm like, wait, who is this? Is this the supervisor? And are they like in on something? And then, it's just her and she's in charge. And then, that's why she did it. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So, they get caught, but don't get caught. But I think Fern's mom is more, okay, we got to do this. We've got to look into it. We're not going to get, the supervisor isn't going to help us. We need to do this.
Yep.
So then we cut to back on the ship, the pirate ship. Oh crap! I didn't write down what it was called.
I didn't either.
Because we have the official name now. It's like
we do
something Onyx, Black Onyx. No, Onyx Cinder. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Onyx Cinder.
Sounds right.
Nice.
We cut back to the ship, And I love they have SM-33 tied down to the table
with ropes like a real pirate ship.
Yes, with
like,
ropes. Okay. And you activate him. They activate him, and he tells the story of Captain Tack Rednon. Renon? I don't know. He tells the story of the old captain. And they're like, oh. And that's when they find out what the name of the ship is, because Jod knows the story. It's sort of probably like the story of like Blackbeard or something like that.
Seems like it.
Well, he's been on the ship the whole time, so
yeah,
he was there.
Well, but I mean, no, but now Jod realizes what ship this is.
Oh, Jod, yeah.
Yeah, knows what ship this
Smee,
is. Yeah. No, yeah, SM-33 or Smee. Sorry,
I just call him Smee.
Okay, but knows what he is and knows the story. And I love it at the end. Oh, I can't take you there, but I can take you to his lair where he put the coordinates. Okay, take us there. And then Smee just sits up and breaks the rope.
Because he could have axed them the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only part of the scene I didn't like, though. Just he flipped out of nowhere. He was like it didn't really make any sense. He was just like, well, you're the captain now, so it's fine. Like,
well,
I won't kill you.
No worries. SM-33 did say something about like having all of his memories back. I think he was.
But I mean, droids don't really do that, right? They're instruction following. They're not feelings based or any of that stuff.
These are Star Wars
droids. I was gonna say, Star Wars always got a
C-3PO
that a bit.
You got some droids that are just instructions. Your battle droids.
Yeah.
Who are also funny though. And then you got your other droids like R2-D2.
I was gonna say, I don't know if R2-D2 has ever really particularly listened directly to what it's told to do.
Yeah, he always does the opposite. He's like,
yeah,
do I want? So, it would be funny if we found out that Smee was actually like the captain, like kind of like what they did with Solo and the Millennium Falcon. The captain put his consciousness inside of Smee, and he is the captain or something like that. But I don't know.
That's interesting. So Smee is the captain.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, because we didn't see the captain's face in the hologram at the end.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be some mystery that they show us later.
All right. Well, so they're going back. I mean, Smee's telling the kids the story of Captain Ragnod, and they're like engrossed. It reminded me a bit of the Goonies when Mikey's telling the story of One-Eyed Willie to the rest of the group. That kind of thing. But one of my favorite things was what's a concubine?
I thought they were good. They did it perfectly because I thought at first I'm like, oh, the kids didn't hear it and they didn't recognize the words, so they're just gonna skip over it. It'll be fine. But we're all like, ha 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 ha. But then immediately, like as soon as the story's done, what's a concubine? It's like, yeah, that's how kids.
Just like, okay, we're done.
Yep, no more.
We'll go back. But at the end of that, Wim sort of walks away. He's bummed out because his grand adventure is not what he thought his grand adventure was going to be. It's scarier than he thought it was.
Life rarely is.
But then Jod, in a way, kind of comforts him some. I don't know. But this is where we get Jod. This is where I'm getting that more of a Jedi type feeling where he's quoting.
Yeah, he's quoting.
He's Jedi, basically quoting Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why I really think he probably, because then he gives a big speech about how you just gotta let it all go. You gotta
no attachment.
It's kind of it was kind of Frozen like, but he was, and it just makes me think, yeah, if he was an orphan and like orphaned after Order 66 or something, like he was starting to be taught a little, and then just everything went away. Everybody died. Yeah. Everybody disappeared. His parents got killed because they were Jedi or whatever.
Yeah,
and then he had to go off on his own and just forget about everything and survive being a pirate.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't want him to be a Jedi. I don't want him to be a Padawan. I don't want him to be another person that survived Order 66. Because
you don't want to be friends with Grogu way back when?
No. I don't want to be friends with Grogu way back when. I don't want him to be another one that survived Order 66. Because you know what? I'm old school. And we were down to Obi-Wan and Yoda. That's it.
2, we got the video games. We got, what's his name? The redhead. He was a
I know.
survivor.
I mean, okay, you got that. You got Ahsoka survive. You
Yeah.
got Kanan Jarrus survive. You got every other Jedi survived Order 66.
Well, it kind of makes Darth Vader look worse. Like, dude, you didn't do your job.
I don't want Darth Vader to look worse.
Yeah. He slashed them all. He killed them all.
Yeah.
Because they already added his guard that went out and did a lot for him.
Yeah.
Whatever they were called.
The Inquisitors and stuff.
Yeah, Inquisitors. Yeah. And so they already lessened it. And then it's like, oh, and then they missed tons of them along the way,
they
too.
Missed like half the Jedi Order survived at this point, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, no, I don't want him to be a Padawan that survived Order 66.
I mean, they actually went around to search for, like, they found Anakin. I mean, he just may have been someone they never found. Like, they had some Force powers and heard of it, but, they never went and grabbed him.
But with him basically quoting Qui-Gon Jinn, I know he's not quoting Qui-Gon Jinn, but, and they know attachment type thing, that's very Jedi.
Yoda.
More. Yeah. Okay, but, so, SM-33's taking them to the pirate's lair, which is converted into a spa.
Yeah, it's what was it in Star Trek? The planet they always went to for vacation.
Risa.
Right, it's like Risa. Basically.
It's like Risa. Well, first when they get there, I got some Cloud City vibes.
Yeah,
Well,
the escort ships.
The 2 escort ships come up next to them, and but the spa. Which was great. I loved it.
Yep.
So they get there, and Jots just finds it humorous that he took him to this planet and not some secret pirate's lair. But then they get to the spa, and they land, and he's got to sort of bribe his way in. Jod does. So he's paying the lady money a little under the table. And then
you can tell he's done this a million times because he asked them up front for the money. He's like, I'm gonna need money to get us through here. So
while he's talking to the lady getting registered, the bounty hunter, Puckett,
yeah,
Puckett,
so.
She comes up. I don't remember what the name she said, but it's another name.
Yeah.
And the kids even go,
another
one?
Names
does he have?
Yeah.
Yes, another name. And I found this out later. The lady that's playing the bounty hunter Puckett, she is the voice actor for Meriden in Brave.
Yeah, nice.
And I thought it sounded familiar. But yeah, she is. Doesn't look like anything like Meriden.
True.
But so he realizes then that they got to hurry up. John realizes then we got to hurry up. We got to find this. We got to get out because she's going to go. And he's basically trying to protect the kids there. So
he starts being the parent. They're like jumping on the bed and playing with pillows. And he's like, listen, starts yelling at him.
He realizes that, and I think he actually cares about these kids. We got to get going. We can't wait around. We got to boom, 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 boom. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And then as they're walking around the spa, looking and stuff for things, I loved all the aliens in the background.
Yeah. When they were looking down at the mud pits and there were some guards there, I think there were 2 of the guy, it was one of the Inquisitors, the lead one in the Kenobi show, and they were also, I think, the guys with the messed up teeth and the lines across their faces.
I know what you're talking. They're from.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of those down in there.
From Utapau.
Sure. I don't remember.
Well, then that's what the Inquisitor was from. He was from Utapau. But the Mun were there.
Yeah.
The Mun were the ones in the Baking Clan, because she said something about the Baking Clan was there. Negotiating. That's why all the extra security. But the Muns were from the Baking Clan, The Baking Clan was sign your treaty, Count Dooku. Yeah, Sorry. But a lot of them, the Hutt.
The Hutt was there.
I love the Hutt. Okay.
By the way, are they all called Hutts? Is that like their last name, or is that the type of species they are?
They're Hutts.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But the Hutts, and then that one, he picks up the guy brings him food.
I'd rather eat the
picks him
waiter.
up, and it's like, did you catch the fact that he said, "Oh, not again"?
Yeah, I was like, how many times has this happened?
Yeah, he must put him in, shoo him around, spit him back out. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's like, oh, dude, because at first I'm like, oh, great, he's going to eat this guy. Oh, not again.
Well, it's
Like,
kind of
okay.
like in episode 1, although he, bites off the head, but then he spits it out at the bell to start the race. That he might just, shove him in and then spit him out or something.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So, but they go looking around, and little pursuits here and there. When the guards confront Jod, KB, and Neil, and KB pulls out the wrench. It's like, what are you going to do with that? And she turns the thing in the mud. Shoots out. That was very, I think, kid show to me.
Yeah,
but it was great. I loved it.
Yep.
It was very Goonies. And then they find it's me, Wim, and Fern are down in the lower spas, I guess. I don't know. And
It was all the tunnels that the pirate captain made to hide the treasure.
And that big, I don't know what that was that came out of the thing. Because I remember in the trailer, that guy was in the trailer, and it made it look like he was a much more imposing threat. But by the time that John, KB, and Neil get there, they're telling him the story of what's going on. And he's like, "Oh yeah, don't trust this guy."
He might be. There were some, like in some sci-fi shows. I don't remember if there was one in Star Wars or not, but there have been like characters who are like the recorders of history, and like they just want to hear stories from people, so they just like collect it and become this big encyclopedia of the universe and stuff like that.
I don't know, but he wasn't as threatening as I thought he was going to be from seeing him in the trailer. He helps them. He breaks the floor down so they can get down there, and they find their way down. Well, not quite yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. They find going down to the treasure room, and a room with just the acid.
Mm-hmm.
And KB misinterprets it like, well,
you missed the laser across the head.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I missed the laser.
All the booby traps and stuff.
All the booby traps. Yes. Luckily, the kids were short.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Or have 10% less brain anyway.
Well, then they get to the room where the acid is, and KB misinterprets it as the ultimate sacrifice. Someone's got to die. And John's like, this is where John says, you've got a lot to learn about pirates.
Yes.
And it's the money, the treasure. Throws it in.
The ultimate.
And the acid goes. They head down, and they find the treasure room. And that was pretty cool. All the stuff in there. And the immediate whim, getting ready to grab something. Don't touch anything.
I'm gonna have to watch it again and look. There has got to be like like in Raiders, how there was like a C-3PO and R2-D2 carving or something. There's got to be something in there. Maybe there's an Indiana Jones hat in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, or sort of like they did in they did in the Clone Wars series. One of the things was the Staff of Ra. That was one of the many little Easter eggs in there. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, there's probably things in it that I missed too, and I haven't watched any videos on this yet. But yeah, they get there, the treasure room.
But Wim's eyes went straight to the lightsaber.
Yes, the lightsaber. And now that lightsaber, I have not done anything High Republic other than Acolyte. But that lightsaber looks old, silver and gold, very High Republic like Jedi, I think.
Yeah. But they did say the Old Republic again in this episode. That this was. Wait, when did they say it? Was it when
they're discussing like the minting? I think.
Yeah, the mint.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So they find the treasure room. They find the captain's log, and they get plugged in, and Smee's playing this back for them. And that's when they discover what the Atten is a mint, where they make the money. and stuff, and then that's where it happened. Jod's betrayal.
Oh wait, sorry. One more thing. The hologram. I think we'd be able to tell. I think it showed his leg, didn't it? Did he have a peg leg? I didn't catch it.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
If he had a peg leg, I'd say my theory might be correct, but we'll see.
All right, now I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, now I'm like, I gotta watch it again.
See if he has a peg leg or not. But Jod's betrayal is like, oh. And I think just for a minute there, they gave us that glimmer of hope that he wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, they just showed the back of his head for a while, and he wasn't moving or saying anything.
And it's like, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he challenges the captain.
Yep. There's I don't know what the psychological term is, but there have been a lot of studies on if, and again, this goes back to why I think he was either a youngling or, yeah, his parents were killed right when the Jedi came to go pick him up or something, whatever it is. A lot of kids that don't get to go through a particular psychological stage of development, like they have to skip over it because he had to survive or whatever, they will always revert back to that over and over as adults. So like he may have felt like very fatherly and he was starting to like the kids and stuff like that, but just reverts right back to survival mode because he's been doing that probably since he was a kid.
Yeah. But I didn't want him to do it.
I know. Yeah, of course.
Didn't want him to do it. I wanted him to be a good guy, have a change of heart or something. And okay, this is only episode 5, so we still have the opportunity for him to have a change of heart. He may come back around. But I was like,
I definitely think he will. I
hope so.
I can't imagine them leaving him as
a bad guy.
Yeah, or just, I mean, I think they're trying to really like establish like he's flawed, but at the end of the day, he's gonna like redeem himself somehow,
make the right choice, and
yeah.
And I didn't catch, what did he say to Smee right before Wim, made them all go down? Like, did he say like to take them? Like,
he was going to take them. Take a prisoner,
because that would leave a glimmer of hope, because that's like, well, he's going to take them with him. He's just they're going to be prisoners or whatever.
Oh yeah, there's a glimmer. He could have just outright killed Fern.
Yeah,
he's like, all you have to do is say you yield.
Did you notice he used the back of the blade though? He didn't hold the actual blade to her neck. He held the back part, which would still which would still hurt you because there's like some teeth on it or whatever. But it was the back of the blade that he had up against her neck. So he wasn't going to do anything. But.
Okay. All right. Now, see, you're giving me that glimmer of hope. Thank you. I appreciate it. But he's got Fern. He's got the blade up to her neck. Wim to the rescue. Grabs the lightsaber. And does exactly what I would have done if I had a lightsaber too.
Yep. And I'm glad that they there's so many times in Star Wars where I'm like, you have no training with a lightsaber, like, but people just automatically just know how to use it. And I was so convinced he was going to, I don't know. I thought I was gonna be like, this is going to be so cheesy. Like the kid's just going to be able to like wield it. And like, no, it did exactly what I think would have happened. And I was like, okay, good on you, show. I appreciate that.
Had it upside down.
Oh, well, I have to bring up Rick and Morty here because you guys probably haven't seen this, but there was an episode in, I think the last season, in season 7, where Morty gets a lightsaber. Like Rick actually gets him a real functioning lightsaber, and he uses it, and then he drops it upside down, and it starts going to the center of the earth. It just keeps going and going and going, and they have to catch it before it gets there. But it was kind of like they just made a joke out of the theory of like, what would happen if, but it's funny that he had upside down.
If you dropped it just perfect,
yes,
would it cut through?
Yes, so that was pretty funny that it didn't, but he had it upside down and it messed up. So.
Yeah, but yes, that's exactly what I would have done. Probably, I would have probably had it backwards, and I would have probably cut my leg off or something. But
he's lucky because it kind of bounced, like it could have gone up the middle or something.
Yeah. So, and then at the very end, after Wim hits the thing, they all fall. Hopefully, that wasn't into a booby trap.
He said, "I know." He's like, "Oh, I know." Like he must have figured something out. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Hopefully that didn't fall into a pit of spikes or anything like that.
Was that the same seat that fell earlier?
Yeah, that was one that fell earlier.
Then my guess is he either looked down or he listened and didn't hear anything hit or something. So he's like, okay, there's no spikes down there or whatever. So I'm gonna hit it and we'll go.
Hopefully there's no spikes. I'm going to see there's no spikes.
Well, show
That
over.
would be a really dark way to end it.
Yeah,
we have 3 more episodes of just Jod going off.
Well, they implied it with the guy that they shot under the anti-gravity and it took him up and into the
right
spikes.
Into the spikes,
like,
yeah.
Wow.
Well then, but at the very end, if you notice, Jod pulls the lightsaber, and when they cut to the credits, you hear a lightsaber ignite.
Yeah.
So
he
it's not like a bad guy there when he got it.
Yeah, and it's not to say. And did I see? Was it a white? So like it had gold on it, like it was but it was a white blade.
I think it was more bluish.
I think was it more blue? Okay, yeah, but it wasn't yellow or anything.
No, it was blue.
But yeah, it makes it. Yeah, like he's done this before. Not that he was trained or anything, but maybe he found lightsaber because there's tons of dead Jedi around. So
no, there's not because they all survived Order 66.
Well, apparently, yeah, but they're supposed to be. I mean, even Darth Vader somehow found Ahsoka's lightsaber that she had. But yeah, it's he's probably done this before, so he seems.
He's used a lightsaber before or something, but yeah, it's like. Oh, he just looked bad when he did it, though. He looked like I'm a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you've got redeeming hopes. There's hope for him still.
All stories are about arcs, and so if he starts bad and ends bad, that's not an arc. So it's
gonna be very much like a Hondo thing, where it's like, haha, I'm bad, but actually I have some redeeming qualities. Where I mean, Hondo's does a lot of bad things, but
Jod's got to be a good guy. I'm sorry. I'll be very upset if Jod is not.
Yeah.
And if they fell into his spike pits and Neil got stabbed by spikes, I'm going to be very upset.
That was like what I did definitely have a moment where I'm just like, that is really a daring thing to do, considering you just saw the traps that I don't know if they
pit of acid.
All the acid, yeah. So do we think all the pirates?
The other guys out there, they're dead.
Okay,
Urkel's
I think Urkel's dead.
He's
was the bounty hunter.
The bounty hunter
was with them.
Yeah,
because I want to know more about her. I hate these shows where there's like snippets of things like, well, now I want to know more about this character or this species or.
Oh, I hate to tell you, I think she's dead.
Yeah, probably.
But Trey wants a spin-off so you can see the history of where she came from.
Yeah, now I need like Skeleton Crew, Bounty Hunter. I don't know. Spin-off for it, but so the head pirate, the wolf, I can't remember his name.
Brutus.
He was not with them.
He was not with them.
No. He's still back at the original place.
At the port, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what we think. But yeah, Brutus was not with them. Urkel was. Urkel, I think, was leading that group. I don't know what Urkel's name is.
I don't know either. He only had like one line, so he just said his name. So, which the kids hadn't heard yet. We had heard it before, but the kids hadn't heard the name that he said. So they're like, another name.
Yeah. So but it was a good episode. I enjoyed this one a lot. Again, Skeleton Crew is firing on all cylinders for me. I'm really, really enjoying this one.
I think I read a comment on Reddit that I think is kind of why I'm able to enjoy it is it's when you have I had no expectations for Andor. I had no expectations for this. It's whenever you are trying to, I don't know, tie too many things to like nostalgia in the sense of like, oh, look at all these characters that are making reappearances in The Mandalorian, or like, this is just fresh. There's no attempt to be like, oh, we're dangling this in front of you, other than some of the like Christmas stuff that I'm like,
the holiday special stuff.
I was like,
about.
Like it went over my head. So really, there was no. It was just like if you get it, you get it kind of thing. Whereas this is overall, I think just I had no expectation. In fact, I probably was expecting it to not be good. just because children actors, and it's not that they can't act, but kids are really stupid, and they did a lot of stupid things. And I was like, yeah, that I don't know. As an adult, I'm just like, you should not be in a. I thought they were gonna go in with like 4 of them in a trench coat, but instead there was just like 4 in individual trench coats, not standing on top of each other.
So, and they came down off of some.
Yeah. I was like,
whatever. Like, huh?
I was like, this is really silly, which it works. The humor does work for sure, but at the same time, I was a little hesitant when I saw it was like a lot of kids running around, because I don't know what my equivalent of the Goonies would have been, but I didn't get that whole little young adventure thing. So I don't know.
And
but
you know what? This episode ended. I think we're going to start on this planet. This will be the first time we've started on the same planet of an episode we ended on. No, I take that back. I lied, because we did start at the port. We ended up at the port one episode and started the next episode. But yeah. So yeah, but I mean, because we've seen in the trailer on that planet that they're on, the spa planet. I don't remember what it was called, but we've seen X-wings flying overhead before. So I know there'll be
next
more
episode
on this in the next episode.
Does that mean the parents did get involved and something happened, or the supervisor did something? Or?
I don't think so. I think it's the pirates are attacking this planet now, and they called for help.
Yeah.
Now, will they help the kids any? I don't know.
It might be enough distract. Well, I guess there's no one else around now, though.
Yeah.
Like the pirates are dead, unless there's more on the ships.
There's probably more on the ships.
Okay. Will it be a distraction then? For them to get
they don't know. I mean, they got the coordinates for Atten, but unless someone remembers them.
Smee does.
But I mean,
he was connected. So.
But I mean, Fern, Wim, Neil, maybe KB can recall the coordinates after reading them on the thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they're going to need to get back to SM-33 and Jod to make it back to Atten.
Yep.
Didn't it? I don't remember which episode it was, but I don't know, this aliens, the little owl people. She said,
Kim,
you can call on me anytime you need to. So
she did tell Kim, call me if you need me.
Maybe contacts her, and it becomes like a race to get that. And I don't know. It's a possibility, though. I just remember.
That is a thing.
She did say, "Call me if you need me," essentially.
Yeah.
And to not trust him.
Well, yeah, everybody said don't trust him.
Now we know why.
I was just thinking another reason why Smee may be the captain is you can get away with him. I'm just a droid and I just follow the rules, but pirates do too. Like they have a code and they follow it but otherwise he doesn't act like that. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, that he's in charge now. But like, why would he apologize? He's like, but I gotta follow the code. Like he didn't need to give an explanation. He could have just been like, that's it. Like he's captain. I don't listen to you anymore. Shut up. But he was apologetic. He cared.
I need to go back and watch it again to see if
now I do too.
The hologram of the captain has a peg leg or not.
This might be a show where like all the clues are there, and then we go back after like you watch the last like episode 8. You're like, oh, yep, there we go.
And then we have to go when you go back and watch it a second time around, and then you can catch all the little things.
It's like Invincible, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's a different movie by the time you see the end.
Well,
you're watching something different.
So I don't know, but yes, it was very good, very enjoyable. I'm ready for the next episode.
Yes,
let's go right now.
Gotta wait.
Gotta wait. But I'm the one that did say I liked how they do this. 1 week at a time, 1 episode a week, and not drop it all at once. But still, I'm ready for it now. Let's go.
Gives us lots of videos to make.
Yes. All right. Any other final thoughts, guys?
Nope. It was great.
It was good. All right. Well, in that case, this is the part where I do the spiel. If you like this video, hit the like button. We appreciate it. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, you need to subscribe. Let's see here. I'm going to bring it up because I'm going to do this now all the time, I think.
Pretty sure it's still the same.
Probably is, but I'm going to look anyways. Yep, still at 18 subscribers. Come on, guys. We can at least hit 20. Let's go. And if give us your comments on what you thought of this episode. Is Jod a bad guy now? Or is he going to be redeem himself somehow?
Or is Smee really the captain?
As I say.
Or is Smee the captain, as Erik thinks now?
Yeah.
So
I'm often wrong, but we'll see.
Yes. But until then, until next week with episode 6 of Skeleton Crew, I'm Lynn.
I'm Erik. And I'm Trey.
That's probably the same.
I was like, wait. Somebody's missing. It's me.
So until next time, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.